Alright, hello. Let's get working on the 7-4 again. I'd like to get this actually in for the challenge. So I did a little work last night, didn't do too much. Let's go ahead and grab it. So we'll go over some of the things I put in. I put in some flight spoilers, which will also work when the ailerons. I gotta tune those. I put in some spoilers and ground dump spoilers in there. Thrust reversers. Let's see what else we did. Refine the gear some more. A bunch of stuff. So let's go ahead and we'll take a quick look at the gear. What I did last night with the gear. Alright, so let's look at that. So nose wheels up, and then... what the hell? They were not sticking before. Why are they hitting now? What's hitting? What is it hitting? I literally did this last night, wasn't hitting anything. Okay, I added those battle cannon pieces, so they need to go 3 of them out of the middle, pretty much. Okay, that'll do it. Just cut across here is fine. Check that again, and then I'll make a microcontroller for the gear. What the hell are you hitting on now? What is this hitting on? So it's not hitting there. Where is it hitting? Oh, it's hitting on the locks. I literally had this up earlier, last night. It was fine. Hell is it doing? Yeah, it's something in these trucks that's hitting. Interesting. Yeah, I do want to get that done. It's the wheels hitting the hard points. Trying to make this simple of a solution, so I don't want to dick with it for too much. Try something. Yep, that's what I was afraid of. Alright. That's at its limit. I thought those were going up fine before. Why are they having problems now? What is it hitting on? Let me make sure it's not these battle cannons there. I doubt it. Definitely hitting somewhere there. Yeah, it's definitely hitting that hard point. Okay. Where's my friggin' mouse? Let's grab the one from last night. And I'll work on it. So hitting the hard points. Oh, it's just battle cannon. Okay, that's fine. That can move there. Alright, I thought it was something different. Alright. That's fine, actually. Okay. That is actually fine. let's try that. If I need him to go up higher, I could probably do that, but I don't think I do. So put jack stands on. Oh, I didn't delete the battle cannons from the back. I don't know why I went back and did the old save. I don't know why I did that, but I did. Let's try this now. Thought I had this working before I went to bed, but then I did a bunch of shit I probably wasn't paying attention to. Oh my god, what the fuck is it hitting? Oh, is it hitting the 11 block? I don't know. I could be hitting these up front. That could be what's hitting. Yeah, I'll keep scrolling until I figure it out. Let's try that. God damn it, what is this hitting? Thought this was good before I went to bed. Apparently not. I don't think I did a pull test when after I widen these out. Let's try this. Because it's hitting this block here. Alright. That needs a rethink. It needs a more drastic rethink. Try to see about moving it rearward. Because what it's hitting is it's hitting this block here is what it's hitting, so let's do this. That's likely just hitting on the battle cannon pieces. It's gonna be tough to get that up one more. Play with it, see what I can do. Alright. Well, we're making some progress figuring this out. Yeah, I added more gear, and then I realized I didn't test it, so. Let's do this real quick and do another test, see if they stick out still. They do, okay. They hit. Let's see if we can't go up one more. That's the problem with these hard points being so friggin' huge is difficult. Yeah, I really wish these weren't so friggin' huge. Can't cut into here. Push them out and back, I guess, is what I can do. That's what I'll do. That's the problem with some of the stuff being so excessively large, is it makes it tough to do some of the stuff that you want to do. These hard points being 3 across makes it tough to make smaller stuff. That's gonna ruin something I want to do for the windows. So I won't do that. let's run that, and then those got to go up one more, so I'm gonna cut here. Alright, let's try that for a raise. Yeah, what the fuck is that about? Just hitting the other stuff, I think. That I left on the ground there. No, something's up. What's it doing now? Let's see. These not attached? Why are these not? Oh, okay. What the fuck? My god, why do they have to change the sprint button in the editor? I don't get it. Oh, that didn't get merged. Alright, that's what it is. Alright. Didn't get merged down below. And that's something where somebody would be like, the game sucks, and it's like, nah dude, you just didn't merge it, just chill the fuck out. There we go. Try that out. How? I made it go up one higher. How are they not? It's hitting. It's hitting these and then it won't go up. Bastard. Right. I got a fix for it. It's gonna annoying, but I got a fix for it. Alright. I hate these arrows. Come on, man. I want the gap, so will it fit in the gap? It will, okay. Fit in that gap, so. Okay, that's good. Hello, Citrus, how are you? What the fuck is it doing? I'm so sick of the hit. Can I change this keybind? I don't think I can. I think I've done it before and it doesn't work right. It's annoying. Do it later. Control in the editor. Let's see. Okay, that's fine. It's just short there, and okay, that's fine. We're good. Alright, I got it figured out. Main point of frustration is I thought I had done this last night, I didn't, so. Are you making something for Alistair's challenge, Citrus? Ah, bastard. Okay, that won't work. That will do that, and then we gotta go like this. Actually, it's gotta be posted up one. Okay, so those do have to go down, I believe. Yep. Okay, that's fine. That will go like that, and then. You gotta be kidding me. That can't go down one. Alright, that's fine. Annoyed with this. Okay, let's run this. Citrus, do you remember how to hold crouch so it stays crouched? Thank fuck, it's finally done. Okay. That is finally done. Alright, good. So we can reattach these wheels. Oh, I slid those back, didn't I? So these need to slide back. Okay. Like, sometimes I get the crouch to hold, sometimes I can't, and I forget what the friggin' how to do it is. That happens when you don't play for a while. Little mundane stuff, you forget. Okay. Check the whole gear process on this. There we go. Friggin' hell, those are hitting now. What's that doing? Thumb's hitting something. Right there in the back, okay. So I slid everything back. I would have to go up if I push it back. Rather not. If fuel tanks can just do it. Let's try this. It's fuel tanks, that's an easy move, so I'd rather, hopefully it's that. So I like the width of this, it makes it a little bit easier to they're a little bit more stable on the ground. There we go. That was it, was the fuel tanks. Alright, that's good. Alright, so that's fine. Alright, good. Stick around with fuel for now. Okay, let's actually continue a single thought. Let's do that. Alright, so I got that gear finally redone. Let me catch up a citrus chat. Oh, nice pizza, very nice. Very cool. Yes, indeed. Yeah, sometimes you never know what's gonna give you the bug and you wanna play. Oh, cat's trying to destroy my leg. There we go. Alright, let's finish one thing at a time. Alright, for now, let's do... Just reading a quick email. I'm just gonna throw a panel in here. Alright. Yeah, it's doing everything he can to make my leg fall asleep. Really is. What's up, buddy? Yeah, you sitting okay? Here, there you go. Good. It's like, how dare you move? How dare you move when I'm sitting nice on you? It's okay, buddy. Chill out. You're good. Trying to touch your sister. Leave her alone a little bit. Okay, let's see. We want the bullion. Let's see. If that's pressed, that's good. Just do it as constant numbers. I don't know why I'm getting cute with it. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good there for now. All right. Let's go. Do a gear. Okay, that needs to be slower. Okay. By a lot. I see another problem that's gonna develop. I gotta stick with something, but let's try the up, and then the down's not gonna work with this setup, so I gotta stick with it. There we go. Timing works with that. Alright, good. Down's definitely not gonna work. I'll test something. I can't remember about this. I gotta check it. That's not what I meant to do. That is okay. Launched. I don't think you can unlaunch. That's the problem. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Do a distance sensor there. I'm trying not to. Is the thing. Alright, so if this is up and the distance, now let's see. Not X and W. No, that's not right. Think through this real quick. Alright, so what do I got? I gotta go into 1, which is folded back. That should work. Alright, let's run it. Okay, that's already fucked up. Let's see. So we want it to be 0, which is out. If it's not X and W, that's better. Okay, so that's causing problems there because of that. That's fine, okay? Because it's just hitting off something I don't want it hitting off. That's fine. We can make that work. A little over a quarter. Okay, re-index that. So what it was doing, it was seeing other parts of the gear, and then it was causing them to fold out early. Okay, good. And then we just need to tie the nose, and that's an easy fix. Alright. It should finish that, and then I gotta answer a message here, so I might take a minute of a break. How's it going there, Variant? Good to see you. How's it going there, Rasmus? Good to see you. How are you guys? I didn't check the nose wheel, make sure it was down on the ground, so I gotta check that in a second. Okay, it's down. Yeah, good. That all works. Alright, good. Take a quick break, and I'll be right back, guys. Alright, I'm returned and I've actually remembered to turn my microphone back on. Alright, good. Oh, very neat there, Rasmus. Alright, let's probably do another 45, but alright, so gear is good. Let's play with some other things that I did last night. 5 is spoilers. So we have flight spoilers. We also have multifunction spoilers. So multifunction spoilers is tied into the aileron. The thing is, with the multifunction is because of the fact that in the air I'm moving like the aileron like that much at most. I need to fix something because you'll never see them. So they'll be in there, but you'll never see them. So let's see. I'm gonna put a multiplier on there. Let's see, X. Do that. All right, let's try that now. Five's too much. Also make sure it flies alright with doing that too, and they're not overreacting. That's better. And then I have reversers in here. That's wrong. Put reversers in. So transcals for reversers. It actually does operate the reverse. I gotta play with it a little bit though. But those are in there. And then I gotta do a bunch of logic for that. Let's go take a quick flight, make sure the gear's behaving itself. It should be. It's pretty, it's been behaving itself pretty well testing last night. And the only thing that really changed last night that needed it was the, Alright, let's go take a little flight here. So part of what I did with the gear too is you need to, like, a lot of people do this and they like, hey, my nose wheel's not working. If you have two wheels set up next to each other, right, it's balancing the plane, so the plane's not putting enough pressure on the nose wheel. So by putting these on pivots, the main wheels that are actually doing most of the actual holding of the mains is these side ones and these front ones, and that allows the nose wheel to get a little bit more pressure. Gotta see where the weight's gonna be too. Shit. Gotta hook fuel back up. Let's play with fuel first. See, and I disconnected all that. Let's see. What did I do there? That's still fuel? That's still fuel. Okay, that's good. Alright, let's see. Center of gravity's there. Center of gravity should come back more. Trying to see where those touch. Gotta make sure those don't hit. Put it back up on jack stands maybe, and I gotta see what the gear fold looks like. Make sure that's fine. Pummeled a ton of weight in the nose here. It's not too bad. can actually use a. See, I don't want to move the CG too much. That's moving that aft a little bit better. There we go. CG's looking better there. Probably going to be pretty fuel efficient, so. Let's find center of gravity here. Right about there. Okay. That is going to be center position is 7. Okay. Center position 7, that might work out. Okay. Gotta make sure the gear folds again. That was potentially having issues with that. We'll see if that has problems there. Jack stand it again. I need to make sure the gear folds with those tanks where I've got them. So that's why they got deleted in the first place. Alright, they fold in, no problem. Yep, they're right on the money, so that works. Alright. Okay. See where the CG's probably up forward a little bit more than I'd like still. That moved it back. Just can't go, it really can't go beyond this here, so I actually need to push some more in the nose. That's fine. Took out too much. Alright. Give me that, please. Thank you. Okay, let's try that, and then I gotta plumb the fuel back up. This is going to be annoying. Shit, I gotta see where this is gonna be. Be a little annoying here. Cause I got this going all the way up there and I can't cut through the wall. Can't really cut there. I think this should clear if I put it here. I think that should be good for not hitting. Let's go ahead and do a quick gear fold again while the jack stands are on there. We'll do a thrust reverser won't hit anything, or the yeah, thrust reversers won't hit anything. Yeah, that should clear it fine. Yep, that clears it fine. Alright, good. So we get some fuel. That's nice. Nice to have fuel. And then one thing I'll do real quick here is I gotta make sure that I didn't really do a add up the fuel to make sure that I'm gonna have enough efficiency, which I should, but we'll see. Okay. Port 1, port 2. It's gonna be port forward, starboard forward, port rear, starboard rear, total. Alright, there we go. X, Z, A, C, X, Z, A, C. X, Z, A, C, X, Z, A, C, that's good. That's good. Okay, let's go take another quick test flight here. Alright, so I need some more ballast in the nose. Okay, so I thought I clicked on that. Maybe I didn't. That's fine. So ideally you want that center of gravity just in front of the pivot point on the mains. So. There we go. That allows you to rotate properly. So. That's a fuel problem. What's going on here? Oh, well, I didn't change them off diesel. I'll do it. Alright. Put some flap in here. We'll do takeoff flaps. Alright, steers much better than it did yesterday because the that rear set is flexible. I gotta fix that, shutting the turbine off. I think I actually need some nose down trim. Gorgeous. Alright, let's do gear. And I already did put in last night, I put in the, I put it in. I put in the auto rudder, essentially. But, it's not working, so, I don't know, something happened. Oh, you know what it is? The multiplier. I was playing with the multiplier still. Get over there. There we go. That's all it was I was still playing with the multiplier, so tune it in. So ideally you want standard rate turn, you want to do a 180-degree turn in a minute. And so what I'll usually do is I'll actually go in and I'll time it so that if I go to a standard rate, that in a, you know, I do a 180-degree turn in a minute. So look, just eyeballing it, this looks pretty good. I'll probably do a little bit more extreme just because it's like a goofy little egg plane. So but now I can fly more normally. I'll put the flaps away here. I'll gain a little speed. So we're going 78 meters per second. We top out around 80-something meters per second, which is like 160 knots, which is fine. Fuel is not too bad. Might want to double that fuel up. We'll see. It's pretty fuel efficient. This is something else I had to write down. Let's do a maximum of 11 RPS. Okay. And then 3 for the rudder. Okay, there we go. So, you know, it looks like we're burning a lot of fuel just because the gauge is an index, but you can see we burned 50 liters in our short little flight here. It's coming for landing. Let's not cheat our base too early. Alright, start putting in flaps. I'm going to fix the flap system here in a little bit. Right, like I was saying, you put in, do a configuration change, look what the nose does, right? So just like in a real airplane, you gotta trim every time you do pitch power configuration change. So, put in a little flap, retrim. You know, people act like it's some foreign concept in game, like it doesn't make any sense. It's like, yeah, dude, it makes perfect sense. Get a pitch power configuration change, right? Let's start slowing down a little bit. Now do the next notch of flaps. I gotta see what the degrees of flaps are on a 747-200. Alright, so see how it's kicking around? That could be, unfortunately, yep, it is. Thrust reverses, goddammit. Alright, I gotta lock the thrust reverses open or closed, so I'm gonna take them off the pivot. That can cause a ton of phantom forces, so I gotta screw with that. It's causing me phantom forces, and I gotta fix it, so. You're done. Let's do the rest of our flaps here. So I gotta trim. So because I've got those anti-flaps in there, they're doing a good job of adding drag too. You see how it's got our speed nice and low? And because I have anti-flaps and flaps, I have a proper deck angle. So if you look at the deck angle, it should be a couple degrees nose up like it is. That should be where you're at coming into land. So you should be coming down on a 3-degree glide slope with a couple degrees nose up. So that's about how a jet should look when it's coming in for landing. And you need that anti-flap to increase the drag enough to do that a little bit faster than we need to be. Well, like, you can see, this plane's doing, what's that, 100 knots right now. So that's not too bad. I can get it a little bit slower, about 80 knots. 80 knots, 60 knots about as slow as I can fly this plane, which is fine. 80 knots about right. So this is about a 3-degree glide slope. That's about what it looks like in the real plane, or in a real jet coming into land. You're looking at the aiming bars. This is about what it looks like. You know, it looks like you're high if you're in, you know, GA. And then you just a little flare as you get low, and then a little flare, power comes out. And then we would get spoilers would come up on the ground. I gotta get those to work for me. And then thrust reversers would come out, and it will actually put this in reverse. Get rid of the thrust reversers. If I'll change the thrust reverser system, that's just going to cause me problems. Hello, CG, how are you? So oftentimes the way that the ground spoilers, so they're called ground spoilers, certain airplanes like my airplane, they only come up on the ground under certain conditions. So you have to have the thrust levers back, you have to have a speed of a certain number of knots, and you need to be on the ground. So they'll only come out when you're on the ground, when you're at a certain speed and the thrust levers are back. And so one of the things that this helps is, say you're taxiing around, you don't want to be taxiing around like this all day with your ground spoilers out. And so if you have the thrust levers pushed up, they'll be stowed. But I like the way the gear looks now. It's a little bit wider. It's a little bit better looking. It steers really well now because I have those flex links in the rear in the center gear. That sucks there, CG. Motorcycle or bicycle? Alright, good. So, flies really well. I'm happy with that. Let's fix some stuff here. This is thrust, that's spoilers, that is yaw bank system. 3. Alright, yaw factor's in now. That's good. That was the other thing I want to check. Okay, I need to go to the engine controller. And, okay, actually doing the throttle. Alright, throttle goes up to 30. It just needs to go up to 11. That's fine. Let's do -2. Start that at 0. Increase my sensitivity, let's say to 15% on the thrust lever. Because jets don't have throttles. Alright, good. So that's all set in there. Alright, that will shut that off. That's fine. And then we want to go in here. Put a function in here. Let's go. I'll just go 30 because it's I'm gonna limit it to throttle, but that way I don't have to thrust lever. Then I don't change it later. That's fine. That then we'll be able to kill the engine. That's good. All right. Then what I want to do is I want to put the reverser system into here. So let's actually fix the reverser system because we're getting those phantom forces that I don't want. So I had this issue with my, if you remember the, what do you call it? The Antonov 2 that had this issue. And where it was causing phantom forces. So like a lot of people, again, they don't design something correctly and then blame the game. You know, if you look at a bunch of games, they have phantom forces like Grand Theft Auto 5. You know, it's not phantom forces, but like the trains can never be taken off the tracks. And so if you bash two trains together, weird shit happens because the game says, "Oh, don't know what to do now." And the same sort of thing is you're getting phantom forces off two immovable objects banging into each other causes all sorts of problems in games. So it's like, it's a design issue oftentimes when that happens. It's like, it's not really all that fair to be blaming the game when your design issues screwy like that. I want one block as all. Okay, one block. What's up here? This has got to be a wedge, right? Wedge. Yeah, wedge. Okay, that's a wedge. I don't want the dinging. It's gonna give me a dinging hardpoint noise anyway. I'm gonna get it regardless. Yeah, I'm gonna get the dinging hardpoint noise regardless. Not much I can do about that. Oh, stop. I gotta be careful. I want to make it so I can get in this cockpit. So, gotta make sure I don't push too much stuff too close here. And so I need to get that color the same. That way it controls the transcowls fine. Put a block here and then it's not gonna work. It'll work. That'll work fine. Okay. It's gonna make a dinging noise no matter what, so I'm kinda can't. I wish we could like independently click on the connector and say we don't want a noise on it so we can make some quiet systems, but whatever. Alright. gotta come left and right, so I need trackage on both sides. So. Trying to just get rid of that phantom force here. Alright. And this will have no power. Alright. Okay. Radar altimeter, and then I'm going to put in something for that too. Let's see. Actually, they're just moving one direction, aren't they? Okay, that's fine. Let's see. Trans cowls closed. Okay, and then we need... Alright. Alright, so that's good. Because I need distance to run the spoilers. I need thrust lever to run the spoilers. Did I put in thrust lever? I didn't. Alright. Transcal's closed, open. I need our... Make sure I'm not. Here, we gotta update this real quick. Okay, good. It's going the correct direction. Make sure it's not hitting something. Yes, absolutely. You know, there are certain phantom physics things that are kind of annoying, but, you know, I agree with you. You know, but it's oftentimes it is something you put in your build. Some people like, this doesn't make any sense. The physics sucks. It's like, dude, you're pushing two blocks into one another. There's no code for that. You know, and so I get it. You know, it'd be great if there wasn't, but it's like one of those things that's like, you know, sloppy design. Like, that was a sloppy design on my part. You know, I have something sticking because I have the clearances are too low. Would it be great if the clearances could be closer? Absolutely, but it's like, this is not the case, you know? Alright, let's see. Alright, so that's there. I gotta fix the transcals here. Okay, so that's... Take this one and move this one. I fucking hate with a passion these arrows. There we go. No, stop. Stop, please. It's so slow, too. Alright, just do this. Take 2 seconds if I do it this way. Alright. Give me the thing. Oh my god. Have I clicked on this 3 times? I have. Okay, thank you. This is annoying. Hardpoints are better than the connectors because they can start in the closed position, but they can be friggin' annoying because they're 3-buys. That's one thing I would love the devs to do is like start cutting back some of the like make it so we can have some smaller sizes because God, they're huge. Stuff is huge and it makes it very difficult to build stuff when the stuff's so goddamn big. It really does. Like that's something I would love to see is just a kind of a miniaturization of some of the stuff. Is it's brutally large oftentimes, and it makes it really hard for you to be able to. It makes it brutally hard for you to be able to fit stuff in. Where if they could go in and miniaturize some of the stuff and like one-to-one hard points, and part of the problem is their system is predicated on if it has a space, that's when you can have like a boolean hanging off of it. So that's kind of what they're doing, and it makes it difficult. Shit, that's there. Balls. This is annoying. Where do I have more space? Back here. Have more space back here. Alright. You know, that would, I think, be really helpful, is getting some... making the space a little bit, giving you a little more space for some of the stuff would really help, because if you can miniaturize some of the stuff, you really start to get into the ability to really, do more things. Okay, let's see. See, now I gotta run the linear track, because one of the reasons I wanted connectors was the connector can move, you know, the connector can just snap itself, and as much as I hate the friggin' noise, this is gonna make the noise too. Okay. Alright. Back there. Good. Alright, so that'll be started position, and that'll be closed position. Then I gotta come through here, and I need to join these back up, so I don't have to cut a hole in my build. Not necessarily. Straight line. Oh my god, just give me a straight line, please. Thanks. Appreciate it. Alright, let's see. Yeah, it was just getting too clogged up to be putting it up front. Alright, good. Alright, there we go. Like, miniaturized hardpoint stuff would be great. Alright, so that's the closed position, and that's the open position there. I'm gonna have to put a linear on there. Let me check. Might be time for me to jump off. Let's see. Nope, not yet. Not quite yet. My god, phone. Just unlock. Phone's annoying. Doesn't want to unlock. Alright, good. So that needs to go back one. I'll rethink this now. Alright, the benefit it doesn't need... Yeah, it does. Okay. Okay. I'm going to start working the logic on this. Alright, so we want, when the thrust lever... Trying to figure out how I want to do this reverser stuff. When the thrust lever is less than 0, let's see which way we have that pointing. Alright, the arrow is, I think, pointing backwards. Solid arrow is pointing backwards, I think. Oh my Jesus. If I can never get the speed figured out right. There we go. That's backwards. Alright, I gotta flip this. Alright, that fixes that problem. Alright, let's see. If the thrust lever is less than 0, we want the transcals open. So I gotta put a radar altimeter in there real quick. Let's do this. Where can I go with a radar altimeter here is the question. Right here is good. And there's my radar altimeter. God, get on that. Kill it. Alright, there we go. It's transcals open. Okay. Check the radar altimeter, see what we're looking like when we're on the ground. Let's say less than 1. Alright, so let's see. Let's see if they'll snap. Actually, I'll probably be able to power them fine. If thrust lever is less than that and the radar altimeter is less than that, transcowls can come open. I'm going to put one more condition in here so that you'll have to have the thrust reversers armed. Reverse gear. And then just a knot. So if the, let's see. So the transcowl open will be released. This is backwards, okay. So the transcowls closed will be released. That's what we want, okay. That looks good. And then the linear on this can just go off of the thrust levers, fine. It's fine. What happened to these? They fell. Christ on a crouton. What happened? It should be locked in a position. Why are they misbehaving now? God damn it. Yeah, what's up with that? Why are these not connected now? Oh, that didn't get remerged, that's why. Okay, it didn't get remerged. It's hiding under this, so I missed it. Alright, there we go. That's what it is. Come on. Ha ha, you suck. Alright, there we go. There we go. Right. That'll do it. Right. Yeah, it'd be nice some thrust levers and stuff, throttles and buttons that don't require power. Alright, let's go into reverse. Did it not do the gear? Did it not put in reverse gear? I guess it didn't. Alright, why did you not do that? Because I didn't hook you up, probably? Alright, didn't go in reverse gear, huh? That's the reverse gear right there. Alright, why? Huh. They kicked him into reverse. I don't know what the hell is going on here. Best way to check a boolean is just to blast yourself in the eyes with it. Which I actually don't need the reverse gear. It pretty much just transcowls will do it, so I can lose a node there. Save me a spot. Stop it. Alright, so that's open. That's not reversing. Okay. So let's clean that up anyways. I can get rid of the reverse on there. Save me a slot. Right, so if this is the condition... Alright, so if the thrust lever is less than 0 and the radar altimeter is less than a meter, it's going to allow us to open the transcowls, which will unlock the closed function. So close should also go to reverser. If neither of those, the transcowls, because these are releases, so they're essentially backwards. Let's do this for confusion's sake. And then we can do this so that it's less of a headache. Because it's like, this condition causes them to open. So, to release the open. Let's change the name of it. Transcowl lock. Unlocked. That's better. Alright, if this condition, the transcowls will unlocked. If that's not there, the transcowls will be locked. That's better. Alright, so if the transcowls are unlocked, that will kick us, if I grab this node, that will kick us in a reverse. The transcowls are unlocked, it will release this. No, it won't. If transcowls are locked, it will release. The transcowls are unlocked. Yes, it will release that. The transcowls are locked, it will release that. Alright, good. Backwards thinking's annoying. Fucking nothing happened. Okay. I screwed something up with the formula, probably. Alright, X and W if thrust lever, radar altimeter, squat switch less than that. Let's do that. 2. There we go. Alright, good. Alright, let's put it in reverse. So I don't want the reverses to be going too fast, so try to keep a little momentum. There we go. You should not do power backs. Like our company manuals say, do not do power backs. Most airlines, they don't let you do power backs. It's not a good idea because the problem is you hit the brakes, you'll sit on the tail. So in order to stop a power back properly, you want to thrust forward. Okay. Five's too much. I gotta down that to, let's try 2.5. Alright, good. Good progress on that. Let's save. I don't know when my phone call is gonna come, and then that's, I'll jump on. Ooh. So I ordered the new, no, Citrus has CH, I think. I ordered the new honeycomb, yoke, and thrust levers, which is nice for flight sim. Little treat myself. Alright, good. That's done. Making progress. Let's try something. Let's make this no power and see if it still works. Because if it still works without power, then I don't have to power that the whole time. Yeah, I just want to make sure it reattaches fine. It does. Okay. So yeah, they're gonna misbehave. What the fuck's it doing? So now the hard points are pulling it into position instead of it driving itself in a position. Okay, that's good. All right, let's see what else we need to do here. That's good. Ground spoilers I gotta work on. Okay, that was just the logic of them. Right, so flight spoilers are if I have them come out. I need a linear speed too, that's fine. I move that. Hopefully it doesn't cause problems. I think it's 9. Ugh, now I want to move a bunch of shit. There we go. Watch that screw all my connections up. Let's look. Yeah. All because I gotta have the colors near each other. Sickness, I know. Alright, that's good. Alright, that's done. I think it's channel 9. Linear velocity Z. Yeah, 9. Alright, let's see. 20 divided by 1.94 is 10.3 meters per second. So usually it's a speed function, 10.3 meters per second. So let's see. Alright, 5's my regular spoilers, and then I also want to do grab a bool. Alright, so if let's see. Alright, so if the thrust levers are less than... No, I don't need thrust levers. Should be speed. So if radar altimeter is... if radar altimeter is less than 1... Oh, nope. Less than 1. Less than 1.5. And the other one's speed consideration. Where did I put physics sensors there? Okay. Let's see. That's not. Okay, that's what now? Okay, and then that goes there. So let's see. That's gonna be ZY Yankee Whiskey. Yankee Whiskey or not X-ray. Nope, that's wrong. Oh, let's see. That looks good. Try that. It breaks on us too. Yeah, they do power backs. They used to do power backs, like, it's mostly just for stopping or helping to stop in the runway, but back in the day they did power backs. They had Air Florida where they kicked a bunch of ice up on the wings and then they crashed, and pretty much that was when they had put a stop to it. Alright. So let's get moving fast here. And then I gotta pull it back. Should be over. Yeah, we're over on speed now. I gotta. Alright, they're up now. That's wrong. Fuck. Why is that not doing it here? Okay, I didn't do the thrust lever. Okay. That's gonna be what? Zulu? The whole point is you want to push the thrust levers up, and you want that to stow the spoilers, because in case you needed to go, like say you touch down, you need to go around really quickly. You want those the ground lift dumping system to say adios. The one thing we should be able to do is press 5, and they should come up. They do. Stow them with 5. So we can manually put them out at any point. And then we'll do a quick reject. And then they should pop up. There they go. Alright. I wish there was more momentum in the game, but I get it. Like, you'd have to have really long runways and stuff like that, and it would, yeah, you'd have oil tankers that literally needed 2 miles to stop. It's, again, one of those things that people ask for. I get why they want it, but some of the very people who ask for these things don't think about the other consequences. Like, oh, you ask for that, you're going to need 2 miles to stop your oil tanker. Just like a real one. The nice thing too is a bunch of the systems that I put in this plane, despite this being a kind of a goofy egg thing, will be able to be put into something more serious if I want to do that as well, which is kind of nice. Which I have I have these systems in other planes, but this will give me a more up-to-date Johnny. Right, good. We get full flap in. Gears coming down. Just like in real life, if you overbank too much, it's a pain in the ass to get the nose up, because if you bank too much and you keep pulling back, all you're doing is tightening the circle. You're not actually lifting the nose up, and so that's where some people who don't know how to fly and kind of think it's weird in game. It's like, nah, man, that's exactly what would happen in real life. All right, so you see how the deck angle? That's a proper looking deck angle, because I'm up below a 3-degree glide slope. Like that is probably, let's try to get a 3-degree going. Right about there. Maybe there. Looks about right. Steeper than you think. So like one thing I might do, I want a little bit more of a feeling of momentum on this, but the problem is I gotta ride the brakes, which, we'll see how bad it is, but let's do this. Let's go in here. It's all on the thrust lever. Let's see. No, it isn't on the thrust levers back here. So I had it at 5. All right, here I had this at 5. Let's make it, I don't know, 3 point. Let's make it, yeah, let's make it 3.5. That will give it so that the engines are always causing more thrust, and that you have to hammer in the brakes a little bit more. You have to use reverses to get the plane slowed down. That sort of stuff would be good. Yeah, let's do that. Hello, Xors, how are you? The best thing to do for jets to get more efficiency is to do turbofans and use gearing and ducted fans, and use the fans. That's the best way to do it. That's what this is doing, so it's pretty efficient. Like, it only has like 500 something liters of fuel on it. Like, I haven't done any endurance runs on this. All right, let's try this. I need brakes in here, so let's go ahead and set up a brake controller. Do this for now. I do need something for that. Let's go. I'll add it later. Okay. I'll add a park brake later. 31 or 2 for the trigger. I think 31. Let me see. 31. Okay. Alright, so now the static thrust. So you have to worry about static thrust in a lot of planes. Like my plane, you got to worry about static thrust. Like if you, especially if you're going like downhill a little bit, just the static thrust of the engines turning, you know, just the thrust coming out of your turbines at idle is enough to keep you going too fast. And you have to drag the brakes, and you don't want to drag the brakes, so you end up doing shit. What you end up having to do is you want to, kind of like a tractor trailer, you want to press and hold them. You want to press and hold them, get slowed way down, and then let off them so that they can cool, or else you're going to go out to the runway and you're going to have really hot brakes. Then you take off, and if you need to abort your takeoff, you have hot brakes and you can't stop as well. So that's why this system, as soon as I let go of the brakes, they'll come off. So now we have more static thrust. So now this is what I want, because when we land, the plane's going to roll longer, and then I need to hold the brakes to stop. I need to kind of drag them. And I can knock back the transcals if I need to. I'm not getting my reverse light, though. Why? What the fuck is going on now? This is annoying. Okay, it just got disconnected. That's fine. Because when I moved them. So that's the release there. Okay, that's all it was. Alright, not a big deal. Alright, so now if I hold the brakes, we pretty much get it, almost stopped, but it starts rolling, so I can knock the transcals back. And I can stop it with the transcals because it has a lower thrust rating. So this gives it more static thrust, which will make it seem like it has more momentum when it lands, which is kind of nice. I'm gonna take it for a quick flight. No, these jet exhausts are doing nothing. Those are just for show. The fans, and then the fan inside is doing all the work. I never have that jet exhaust do anything. Well, very, very rarely, let's put it that way. I almost never use it because I don't want the particles, and then I have to shut off my particles if I don't want it, so kind of a pain in the ass. Just gonna go right in. Alright, so I'll show you the efficiency here. So currently we had like 700 liters. You can see it going down, but our RPS is only at around 10 right now. I'll go full throttle. Full thrust, rather. Don't have a throttle, I have thrust. So there's 10 RPS. We're doing about 160 knots, and it's because it's I can gear those up. Those are doing nothing. All it is it's the turbine moving the fan, which, you know, in real life the fan is moving 80% of providing 80% of the thrust or more. What's going through the turbine is not producing all that much thrust in modern day turbofans, high bypass turbofans. Yeah, like I have some that are still pretty expensive to run, like some of my large jets, and that's because I want 300 knots. You know, I've got some that will do 320 knots, and it's because I just need to keep the RPS of the turbine up in order to get the 300 knots. So I'm still moving, like sometimes I have multiple of those ducted fans. So like I'll have 2 or 3 of them. I think I only have some that have 2, but I'll have multiple ducted fans in each turbine, just to be able to you know, get it up. But then as you're doing that, you have a lot of load, so you start knocking down your RPS. So the only way to get really good speed is to keep that up still. But all right, stand by, guys. All right, guys. I'm gonna finish up here. I gotta take this call, but thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.